that other stuff will be taken out anyway. All right, 3, 2, 1. Everyone, we're back for another episode of High Off the Glass. Episode, you guys know what we do here. This is where we bridge the marriage between basketball and cannabis. And today we are extremely ecstatic to have a visitor from NYC, my favorite city. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Allison with Her Highness, everybody. Her Highness is here. Miss Allison, I don't know how to say your last name, so I'm not going to.
It's Krongard.
Krongard. I knew I was going to mess it up, so I didn't try it. Miss Allison, thank you so much for coming by High Off the Glass today. You know, here at High Off the Glass, we talk about cannabis and basketball and sports. And your business, Her Highness, you make, I guess, not CBD, but cannabis-based products for women.
Both and CBD. We are a luxury cannabis line for women. We're a lifestyle brand, and we really focus on the THC. Right now, we have our THC business in California. We're just about to launch in Nevada. We're making our way across the country. But we also have a CBD collection that we ship nationwide that's hemp-based. So we're both, because hemp at CBD is also cannabis. So really our mission is to spread cannabis to women and show women how cannabis increases joy in their lives.
It definitely does. Allison, sounds like you all are blowing up. Los Angeles, Nevada, okay, so what is this? Do you all have dispensaries? Do you have grow farms? Wow, you do. How does this work? Break it down.
So we don't own dispensaries. We sell to about 70 dispensaries in California right now. And then we hope to get into a bunch of dispensaries in Nevada when we launch in, I think, end of October, November in Nevada. We think Vegas will be a really important market for us. Similar customer to California, but also really an international customer. Although with COVID, it's, everything is weird, but typically when Vegas is being Vegas, it's really a showcase for the world, because people come to Vegas from everywhere. So it's, was our plan and mission to launch in California, even though we're a New York brand, but California is the soul of legalization, and you really can't. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, we had to launch in California. We, felt really strongly about that, but we really, then the next state, it was always Nevada. But ultimately, with legalization, when it comes to New York, of course, we want to launch here, but we use our hemp CBD product to ship to all the other states.
Well, since you bring up COVID, I'll definitely tackle that bastard, because that bastard has really thrown a monkey wrench in a lot of our lives. So, and I definitely got some NYC questions for you, but how have you all been able to manage through the pandemic?
Since cannabis is essential, we actually did pretty well in California. So a couple things happened, and things with our company, the timing was sort of weird. We, on the one hand, we had just launched our CBD collection at the gift show, which was in early February in New York in the Javits Center. And then a month later, it was an emergency hospital. And so it's we launched our CBD collection. We got all these lingerie stores and really interesting spas, beauty stores, fashion stores, everywhere where females shop. Because we have infused foot pads, some of our stuff could totally go, we sold to shoe stores, we sold, all kinds of luxury stores, but a lot of the stores canceled their orders right after, a set, before we could even get them out the door.
Right.
So, and we got a distributor for the adult industry, who was this fabulous woman who signed up for a show in Vegas that got canceled. We were so excited because we have this amazing pleasure oil, which is a niche in and of itself. So it was so great to have this, to be able to be in this adult show in Vegas. So that got canceled, and then the big cannabis show got canceled. So on the one hand, COVID was like such a kick in the teeth all at once in every aspect of our business. But then at the same time, cannabis is essential. So like, our California business kept growing. Then looting happened, and that was a big setback, and a lot of
How so? What happened there?
With the looting, stores were destroyed. A lot of dispensaries got looted. And,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
in California?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I did not know that was a thing. They looted dispensaries? Oh, that's horrible.
Well, honestly, if you're gonna loot anywhere, I mean.
Yeah, really, that's where you're gonna go. Yeah.
You really need another TV? No.
No.
But
yeah, you're gonna get some clothes and you're gonna get some marijuana. But yeah.
Who cares about like, it's not like you can try it on and see you're just grabbing shit. I don't know, whatever. But,
tell them, girl.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, not to get sidetracked, but yeah. So it's like business is good. Like, oh my God, stores are closed. It was super up and down, but overall, it's really gave us time. We're a small company, so we could pivot. Like, we came out with a 20-pack of pre-rolls called Quarantine Queen because people needed to stock up, and like a lot of women don't like to roll their own joints because your fingers smell like weed. If you don't make it really tight, it's garbage. If you make it too tight, it doesn't pull. A lot of women like pre-rolls.
Right.
But people were stocking up. So like, what do women do if you're not buying a big jar of flour? So we did the big pack of the pre-rolls, and we did, we were able to sort of pivot to the reality of COVID. I started doing bud tender trainings on Zoom, which is actually amazing, because what it was before was me in California twice a month. Like, I'll go to somewhere and I'll go to as many stores as I possibly can, but like, it's so jam-packed. Like, now I can Zoom in Santa Barbara in the morning, I can Zoom in LA in the afternoon, I can Zoom somewhere else, and I'm home with my kid, it's just kind of awesome.
So you were physically flying from New York to Los Angeles or California, going to here, watching their cut what is it? Say it again. Their grow, not the grows, but the manicure, how they would manicure the plants at the end.
Oh no, like to do bud tender trainings, like in the stores, like to train people on the product. So like the sales reps will sell the product into a store. But the truth is, it's like, after the buyer, says yes, like, that's great. But if the bud tenders don't get it, sorry, they're not going to sell it.
Right. Wow. So, okay. So I got it. And that's definitely a benefit to Zoom, even though Zoom, you guys need to make it easier to pay you. And I have some other personal issues with Zoom, but we'll talk about that later, Zoom. But so that's awesome that you get to you don't have to get on a plane and go here and go there. You can do it via your computer. You're fine. Take your time. You smoke. You're drinking. It's all good. But with that being said, is there something that you miss from physically being there with the bud tender training, as opposed to doing it with Zoom? Is there? Yeah.
Totally. When you're with someone, like, they can feel your passion. They like kind of get you. Like, sometimes I get this feeling like, we're so New York City with our branding, with our product choice, with our formulas, with our marketing, like with our copy, like with everything about us is so sorry, not sorry. And it's what we mean. It's like, we're very different from a lot of California female brands, because we're not.
I love that about you. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. There are a lot of female brands that have the wellness moment covered. They were not about female pain and female trauma. We're about joy, where all of our formulas are super euphoric. Our pleasure oil gives you a deeper, bigger orgasm. Our high heel infused foot pads make wearing stilettos more comfortable. Like, if your ass looks better in 3-inch heels, like, you need to be able to dance in them. Like, Why is nobody, like nobody was making cannabis, which is such a wonderful, rich, healing plant with so many uses. But it was like nobody in the industry was bending it towards how women actually like to live. Like
There you go.
high heel pain is not considered female trauma, like it's all about period cramps, but actually high heel pain is an everyday thing.
Heck
Period
yeah.
cramps are a once a month thing.
Right.
And um, it just is sort of we have a very New York perspective. So when, you know, sometimes we get some pushback in California, like NYC, like this is California, why do we need that?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
you know, when I'm there in person, I can explain that it's that because we're authentic. Like if we tried to be California, it wouldn't make sense. Like our messaging,
Right.
our product, who we are is really New York.
Right.
Um,
That's,
and you know, in every other industry, like same stores in New York and LA, like why does it have to be California? You know, it's like everything is international, everything is everywhere. And if we all care about normalizing cannabis, which we, you know, do, it should be like lettuce, you know.
exactly.
You know, we should normalize branding.
We really should, Allison. That's the whole point of all of this. We use cannabis in our everyday lives. Let's use it, like you said. Let's bend it to something that benefits us in different ways that it hasn't before. The one thing that I love about your company, you're right. There are other female cannabis companies that do something similar, but they don't do what you all do. You all have a sexy to it. You have a sexy to it. You have an attractiveness to it. You have a, yeah, we're here. Sorry, not sorry. You know, I love that attitude about it. Where did that come from?
It's who we are. It's really who we are, and it's really who we feel about cannabis, you know, what we feel about cannabis. Like I joined the cannabis party at 18 years old,
Right.
um, because, and I wasn't even a stoner then. I was just like, how is this illegal? Like, why is the government telling people not to smoke a plant? Like, I didn't even care what it was about. I
Right.
didn't get into
Right.
it for many years after, but I was like, I just know this is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you know, and then as I got older and how I've used cannabis in my life for 30 years or more now, um, I feel really strongly that there's some tweaks from a design standpoint that will make it better for women, and women aren't getting it. Like too many women, all my girlfriends, you know, have a half a glass of wine and a Xanax. Like that is not good medicine. That's
It's
garbage
not.
medicine.
Tell it. Tell
And
it. Yes.
they
Yes.
and they, you know,
Yes.
it's like they sort of all like since college, everyone always makes fun of me. It's like, oh, Allie and her weed. Like we're gonna drink this fancy wine or whatever. I don't even want any. I'm good. I'm like, go enjoy. Because I get up early in the morning to play tennis. That's
Right.
my passion, and I can't do that
Right.
if I'm taking down a bottle of wine at night.
Oh my God! Preach, Allison. Look
Yeah.
at Allie. See, this woman is a genius, y'all. I mean,
Thank you.
common sense genius. It's just
Yeah.
it's so much common sense. Now, and I'm so glad that you brought that aspect up because a lot of white women, you know, that's their go-to: wine and a Xanax or
Mhm.
wine and such. Why isn't it cannabis? And what made you? You know, you and your co-owner, what made you all gravitate towards that? You're both white women in an industry that's, you know, dominated by white men. You know, this is what what brought this. I
I
love it.
mean, I love cannabis so much. You know, it is such a part of my life. I don't use any other medicine. Like I don't take Advil. I really don't use other medicine. Um, and as we're both feminists, we both feel strongly that in this moment in time, women are reporting higher incidences of suicidal feelings and just general misery and dissatisfaction. And we know as cannabis users, and I think I'm not really answering your question, why,
No,
I don't know, like I just
you,
love it and I know it's the right thing.
right. And my
Yeah.
other question, you're doing a good job with the question too. Your answers are great, by the way.
Oh,
They're
thank
great.
you.
My question was, it's just funny that why is that the go-to for white women as opposed and not for all, just the majority? Why not cannabis?
You know, your question sort of surprised me. I never think about white women and cannabis or wine. Like yeah, you're right. Like my friends are such lushes with the alcohol. And but you know what? Because I'm such a cannabis person, I'm just naturally non-judgmental. So I don't look at them as like, what's up with you white girls with your alcohol? I've seriously never thought about it until you just said that.
Right, right,
So
right.
I don't know the answer.
Yeah. It's just funny. It's funny how I just noticed, like, with certain friends I've had, you know, that were Caucasian coming up, it was, you know, marijuana was like everything else was accepted, but marijuana was kind of frowned upon, you know, in their households, and they didn't get it. You know, they didn't understand, just like you didn't get it. You know, and I just don't understand that, and I don't know. You know, and you can't really answer it because you're on the right side of it. You don't understand why it's looked at like that either. But I just never understood that as, you know, coming up.
I don't know, like maybe like Nancy Reagan said, just say no, and like someone's grandma like latched onto it or something. I don't know. Like I grew up in New York City, like my mom's kind of a hippie. I don't know. So, and we sort of believe in homeopathic medicine and like not, you know, to me, alcohol and pharmaceuticals are such an unattractive combination. I have no interest. Because I understand cannabis.
That's where we have to go right there. You just touched on it, where you're from, and that's why we have, you know, such a cool person that's in front of us today. Where are you from? Where's your first interactions with? What's your very first memory of marijuana? Your very first memory of it?
I grew up in New York City. I went to school in New York City and
what part?
In Upper East Side.
Okay, Manhattan.
In Manhattan, yep, in Manhattan, sorry. And it's somewhat unique. Like, you know, I would have to go to a museum to do a homework assignment, so I'd be going to the Met in the middle of the day, and that was normal. And I thought that was normal till I got to college, and like, I thought LL Bean was a band. I had no idea. Like,
wait, what?
Yeah, like
you thought LL Bean was the band?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was such a Manhattanite. I was so New York centric when I went to college and met all these suburban people.
Yeah.
Like I grew up, you know, like all my baby friends were Black, white, Spanish, Asian, everything. Like we all braided each other's hair and we were really all the same. It wasn't until I got to college that people were in different groups. So,
the upper west side of Manhattan had, you know, east side had diversity. And I'm assuming this is like what, late 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah, no, well, school had diversity, and like, so, you know, we were all family, like we all grew up together, like people were at different economic levels, people had different, but we were a family, like we all slept at each other's houses, we all knew each other's parents, like it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't a thing, you know, just like, you know, people are all over the place of every race. It wasn't like the differentiator wasn't our different race. It was more like if we all went to a party and there were Long Island kids, we'd be like, oh my God, 516, we're out of here. But if were like, whatever race they were, I don't even know. It was like, just no. Yeah. But like we were all mixed race. But anyway.
Yeah, I ain't like them Strong Island kids, huh?
Yeah, well, we were like New York snobs, you know. But yeah, now we do. But
that's what's up. All right, so give me your very first, like, when you you can think back, you know, in your childhood. What are you, 80s baby? You 80s
Actually, baby? 70s. I'm going to be 50 this year.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. All right, put it on record. I did not ask her, y'all. I did not ask her that.
Yeah, Allison, I tell people because often people can't believe it. And I am telling you, I use CBD on my skin every day. It makes a huge difference. And I use cannabis regularly, and it allows me to play tennis every day. Otherwise, like all my friends in my age group walk onto the court strapping on all this stuff, suiting up all their braces, and are like hopping around at the end. And I'm like, oh my God, whatever. And it's the cannabis. I'm telling you.
You're just ready to go. You don't need all that crap.
Ready to go. I don't need extra stuff. I'm good.
Wow. If you are not a living testament to what CBD and what cannabis as a whole can do, but look at her, y'all. Oh my goodness. Look at beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Right on. CBD, you use it on your skin every day.
Every day. Every day for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said to me, you said earlier you were a caretaker for your father.
Yeah.
That's why your children, you have teenage boys now.
Yeah, boy and a girl.
Boy and a girl. There you go. They're used to, having cannabis because that was. How long did? Matter of fact, back then when you were even doing that, New York State, did they have caretakers license? Could you use cannabis as a medicine? How did all this work? How did it work back then? And what year was that?
I've been using cannabis since 8th grade. So pre-legalization, I had it organized for, I always had a very safe delivery service in New York City that I had years-long relationship with, that I always had good weed. I was always interested in the strains. I was always geeking out on weed. But it wasn't until my dad, and I used cannabis always. My husband, who's now my ex-husband, was kind of anti-cannabis. And I used to have to hide it from him, which was really, not recommended. Yeah. If you love cannabis, don't be with someone who hates it.
That's the truth right there. That is the honest to God truth. That's the honest to God truth.
Yeah.
Honest to God. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. That is the worst thing to do. Have to be in a relationship where you have to hide something that you love so much. That is not good. Mm-hmm. That is not a good way to be. Not a good way to be.
Really bad. I mean, actually, he was totally against it until once he was in Florida. He used to do this. He was so paranoid. He came home a day early, didn't tell me, to see if he could catch me doing something. And he did catch me smoking a joint in the bathtub, watching a porno. Not even kidding. I had a pizza like on the ledge. Like I seriously thought I was alone.
Girl, you was kicking it. That's what I'm talking about.
He walked in and he was like, oh my God. He's like, you know what? The weed's not so bad. And I was like, yeah. It was just so funny. It was like, I could not have staged a better moment for him.
That's so dope.
So funny.
You had a pizza in there too, girl.
Yes, I did. I had Allison, a very luxurious bathroom back in the day when I was married.
Allison, you're a fucking superhero. You know what I'm saying? You're a fucking superhero. And then just to let y'all know, I'm not a big. Fuck it. Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
Anyway, then he sort of loosened up about cannabis, which made the rest of my marriage bearable. But I certainly didn't discuss it with my kids until I was my dad's caretaker. And I started buying it for him, and then I started this company and told my kids that I needed a medical card, so now I have a medical card, so they know I use it as a patient.
Oh, okay.
But they're like, they know.
So did, and that's great. Did Her Highness come from you being a caretaker for your father?
No. I mean, I've wanted to do something in cannabis forever. I mean, but it just wasn't the right time. And I sold my last company and I had to work for them for 2 years. And when that was done, I really wanted to go into cannabis, but it wasn't even legal in California yet for rec. And then my business partner, Laura, approached me and said, how about if we do high-end cannabis accessories? And I thought that was a great idea. So we joined together, decided to start a company. And then once we got started, we realized we need to get with the cannabis. Like cute rolling paper is cute and pretty ashtrays are great. We'll do that too. Actually, we just got this new one. We're about to launch it. I'll show it to you. It's called, can you see it? It's called Thigh High. It's marble and it has lead.
I like that.
Not fun.
I like that. Can I put that is some Tony Montana type ashtray type shit.
That's what we're going for. It's like we have our lips ashtray, which is so fun.
Oh, where'd you guys get the logo from? Like that I know the logo is like the straight up lips. Like what makes your stuff high end? What makes it high end?
Yeah, that's a great question. So for example, like our pre-roll with lighter.
Woo.
It comes with a gold lighter.
Okay.
So you're not like scrounging for a match. And we make our cones custom so that the crutch is 40 millimeters so that when you light it, you don't light your eyelashes and melt your nail polish. Like women who spend, $200 on their nails, how annoying when you melt your nail polish. You just want to get high, And nobody makes an extra long crutch in the entire industry. It's so rude. Right. And, I always say in presentations, like, like every woman who loves cannabis knows the smell of weed and burnt hair because ever you go to light, your bangs fall down, you light your shit up. And it's so rude. And it's like every woman is like, yeah. And then there's like always a guy with like a long beard in the back who's like, thank you, sister. I've been waiting for you. Because it's true.
Well, you are the shit. Keep going. Go ahead, like Willie Nelson in the back, like, thank you. Thank you, Her Highness. Thank you, Her Highness.
Because some people really need that. Like some guys need that, but all women need that. So, and then it's like a Virginia Slim, so it cools the smoke. Yeah. You're not like coughing your lungs out, Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
And then the back is like a postcard. It has a to and a from because we really want to bring back like cannabis gifting. We want to normalize it. Like this is the best gift for your friend. Like don't bring wine,
Right.
This is an awesome gift for a friend that you're just coming over for dinner, like give them a smoke.
Right.
And so like, if you want to know like what's female about it, like this is our pleasure oil.
Okay. That is what was going to be used at the awards in Vegas?
Yeah.
At the porn event. All right.
Yeah. We were going to use the CBD one. This is the THC one. The THC one is my preference, but the CBD one is amazing too. But this one has THC and CBD, and it has the extract of a South American flower that, when used in cooking, makes your tongue pulse and salivate. And as a sexual topical, it gives you a deeper orgasm. So if you, it's a very unique product.
Where do you use that? Where would you use it?
Internally.
Ooh, okay.
On your G-spot, and then you have a huge orgasm.
Yes. Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome product. And then
one more question with the pleasure oil.
Yeah.
It has THC and CBD. It sounds like you had one before that just had CBD.
We have one in our CBD line that's just CBD, and one in our that we sell in California with both.
Why have one with both?
The THC one is more powerful. Okay. It has THC. Yeah. THC and sex really go well together. Yeah, it's a little bit stronger. CBD is also great alone, the hemp. The pleasure oil with it and these ingredients are amazing if you can only have access to hemp. So if you're not in a legal state, that's all you got. And it's great. So, it's still worth it.
Sounds good. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
So,
Go to you.
yeah, you asked like what's female about our products. Like this is our giggle vape. The formula is Perma Smile with energy, no munchies. It's like how women like to feel when they're out with women. You know, that feeling.
All gigglies, highness, and no munchies.
Yep. Yeah.
What?
And you
I need to get some of that.
You open it with your nail file. That's our CR.
Stop playing.
Yeah. And then our vape is like, we had them custom made. The deal is they look like disposables, but they're rechargeable. Because it's really hard to get a thin, like, rechargeable. They're also fat and ugly. Like, you don't want to take this out. You know, you want one. We wanted one you could take out with your friends that was like pretty, you know, something that made women feel good, not something you want to like do in hiding and stash in the drawer, because our whole mission is to remove the stigma of cannabis. We want you to take your cannabis out of the bathroom. You know, we want you to like take it out and make it your hostess gift, because we want to normalize it.
Allison, I know a beautiful woman who lives with me who would love these products.
Yeah.
And I love her very much. Please, I need to try something. Send me like a little, you guys got a little care package or something. Send me something like that, because she would love this. I would love this. It's so sexy and chic the way you all do it. You package it for women the way they would want it, like you said, when they go out. And that's literally, you can refill that too. It's reusable, right?
Well, we sell a replacement cart. So yeah, you keep the battery and then you just get the replacement. And then
the new carts, there you go.
Another thing that's super feminine about our product, like these are our mints. They're 2.5 milligrams. So they're good for layering, and they're good if you're gonna drink. So if you're gonna have a glass of wine, instead of a half a Xanax, take the mint. Ease off the Xanax. This will replace it. It's a better mix with your wine. Gets you more, you know, drunk.
Right.
And it's only 2.5 milligrams, and you can layer it so you don't get too wasted. You can experiment with it. And it's a great way for us to on-ramp women to cannabis and to convert them off the alcohol and pharmaceuticals.
Yes. Oh, that is so smart. Look at you. You all are hitting it from every angle. And that's made with 2.5 milligrams. What is it? 2.5 milligrams?
2.5 milligrams of THC, so they're really light.
Oh, yes.
So you can, you know, they look like this, and they look like these little diamonds.
Oh, wow.
And they're so tasty. They're like these, like, it's like a little Altoid, and they're no fat, you know, of course.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome.
Make everyone fat. Because like a lot of women have this feeling that cannabis will make them fat. Like they, you know, got high in college and ate a brownie and then had 3 bowls of macaroni and cheese, and they won't do it again.
Yeah.
So it's so important for us to be conscious about that concern with women in all of our products.
It's so many stigmas you have to break with marijuana. You have to break the stigma of it making you fat, of it being a social pariah, of you not wanting to smell like it, of you not this, of you not that. It's so many freaking things, you know. So
exactly.
Your products circumvent a lot of that. They circumvent all of that. Yes,
that's our mission. Like in New York City in the 70s, when the AIDS breakout happened, and all of a sudden people were afraid of gay people, all these really well-funded organizations got together for a massive PR campaign. And they reached rich women. It was the rich women that had to realize, this is the one who decorates you. This is the one who makes your apartment fabulous. This is the one who tells you how to be a lady and taught you how to do flowers, you know.
Right.
And through rich women, they reached the rich men, and sort of through women, the attitude changed again in New York. Like, it's like, of course, it's your gay best friend. Every wealthy woman has a gay husband, you know, on the side, who like, you know, makes your parties fabulous, who like fluffs your fluff before your guests come, you know? And so, you know, in that same way, creating a luxury product for women will help remove the stigma. It's like, if your really rich, fancy friend kind of smells like weed, you're like, oh, hell yeah, it's fine, right? And so it will, you know, if we can get those women on board, and they are curious, you know, rich women like to feel good. There's a lot of pressure there. So they're looking for the next Xanax. Xanax is terrible. You know, it feels awful.
Right.
You know, so this
any opioid. You do not need opioids. You do not need those.
And alcohol is awful too. I mean, to me, you know, it really, I just can't appreciate it anymore now, you know, because I'm so entrenched in cannabis, and it makes me feel so much better. I used to love getting drunk, but it's like now it just makes my stomach feel terrible. And but so that's our goal, you know, and that's why we went with the luxury product. And you know, I could go through all of them, but like basically all of them are designed to increase female joy. Like our High Priestess vape is pure euphoria. It's 93% THC. Because the other thing about,
there you go.
Yeah, but you know, here's the thing. All these female brands make low dose product. And while low dose does appeal to some women, and we address low dose also in our mints, some women like to get ripped. And I don't want to feel not feminine just because I like to get ripped.
Preach, girl.
Yeah, so like our beautiful gold vape and High Priestess gets you how I like to feel when I'm walking down the street on Madison Avenue and looking in the beautiful stores and getting lost in the artistry and the fashion and looking at the people. Like for me, that's a great high to get blissed out in New York. It's a great high for sex because it's so high that you sort of get past, you know, you become introspective. You know, when you get super high, you sort of turn inward. It's like that. So it's like all of a sudden it's about your body, your sensation, your mind is focused inward. So I think it's interesting for so many uses, but really we wanted to do it because there still is a stigma for women, even among cannabis for women. It's all low dose. Like, oh no, women don't want to get totally high. Like, that's so rude. Some do. Actually, a lot do. I do.
Exactly.
And I don't want to feel like it's not feminine. Like I need to smoke like the men's, you know, cart in order to get the high I want.
Right. Speaking of the men's cart, have you all thought of coming out with something for men, or just designed for them, like one product or something, just, you know, for that guy with the long beard in the back, so he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever thought of that? No. Okay.
No, because we feel like the world is designed for men. Right. And so often, like, new investors will say, like, don't you think your product's kind of niche? And I'm like, 51% of the population's not niche. Like, that's a big enough market for us. You know, women are enough. And the problem is when you try to split it down the middle, you miss both. You know, it's like women are what we know, that where we came from in both of our former businesses, we focused entirely on women. So
why didn't you split it down the middle? I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah.
I didn't mean split it down the middle. I just
come up with one SKU.
Yeah, like just maybe one pipe, one pen, one something.
We haven't, no. But you know what's funny is that one of our investors loves our giggle pens so much that we have to make him his own. We made him his own 1 gram carts. He's like, I just suck it down too fast. It makes me feel bad. He's like, I need my own extra large cart.
Right.
So, so yeah, I mean, you know, our products do appeal to men, and you know,
they're appealing to me.
Yeah, and so often, you know, men's products appeal to women. Like I always use men's razors because they're better, but yeah, like women's razors are always plastic. Men's razors, like you get a good razor.
My lady always has. She always uses female razors. She never uses, you know,
Well, they're better now, but
ours.
I've been using men's razors my whole life because they're just
Hmm.
better blades, but that
Okay.
I'm not now switching. But anyway,
Right, right,
why
right.
am I telling you that? So women are so used to sort of bending to buy men's products to suit them.
Right.
Like men can buy our gold pen and smoke it. Like, go ahead,
Yeah.
be proud.
Yeah.
And like if you have a beard, you want our joint
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's the best smoke if you have a beard to not light your face up and
Yeah.
be able to enjoy the rest of your pre-roll.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, that's kind of that goes along the same lines as this racial equality movement. That's supposedly going on right now. It needs to be going on. We've seen such and such. You've had the main role for so long. Well, shoot, let somebody else get that. It can't always be the same person every time. Da, 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 da. It can't be the same white man every time. We need to switch that up. We need to switch that up. It's too
Yeah.
much. It's too much of the same thing.
You
Too much
know,
of the same thing.
we're doing this product line. Actually, I don't have it in here. It's so cool. I could run and get it. With the Last Prisoner Project, we're doing 3 pre-rolls. Each one features a woman on the back, and we are splitting our proceeds with them 50%. And the money goes directly to the women, and all of the money we're raising on these pre-rolls go to getting female cannabis prisoners released.
What?
And
Oh,
female
wow.
prisoners who have just been released need money to get on their feet, so we're funding them also.
Look
And
at this.
we're the only
Look at this.
company that we know of who, like, everyone gives, like, oh yeah, 10% of our proceeds for the month of October will go to whatever. Like, that ends up being no money.
Right,
So
right.
we are doing 50% of our proceeds for the lifetime of the product. There's no end date.
Wow.
As long as
Wow.
we are selling and making money, they are making money.
Oh, I'm buying that one specifically. I'm definitely buying that one as soon as we get on. Make sure you I can go to the website and
Yeah.
buy that directly.
We're launching
awesome.
it in just a couple weeks. We're actually launching it in we're going to launch it with hemp nationally. We're going to launch it with THC in California and Nevada and hopefully Oklahoma.
And it'll be a pen. What will it be exactly?
It's this packaging with different art. I would love to show it to you. Can I run and get it?
Go ahead.
Okay, give me 2 seconds.
Ahead. Go do it.
Okay.
Right.
The front of the package looks like this.
Okay.
It says
Help our sisters doing time for cannabis crime. Look at this. Look at you, Last Prisoner Project. Wow. Let me see. What's the back? Has a postcard thing? Oh,
no,
wow.
the back each tells a story of a woman. This woman got 10 years for having 4 ounces, like what I would take on vacation with my boyfriend. She went up for 10 years.
Right.
7.
Jeez.
This woman. And so the packaging, it's
What did they say? What they had? Say what they did. Put them back. Put them back up there.
Okay, so this is Stephanie.
What happened with her?
She, 2011, Stephanie was sentenced for 10 years plus 5 years probation in federal prison as a first-time nonviolent offender for conspiracy to distribute marijuana in the state of New York. She sold 4 ounces of cannabis. Stephanie lost her father while in prison and is now rebuilding her life post-incarceration. Wow. So they all say, yeah, we're proud to donate 50% of proceeds of this product directly to the female victims of unjust cannabis laws.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So her, Natalia here, she, 2013, she had 7+ years. She did nothing. I think it was her boyfriend's money. She just deposited cannabis funds in her bank. That's it.
She put money in her bank account. They gave her 7 years for that, for putting money in.
Crazy. This young woman's life. So, I mean, like, really the point is that cannabis justice is racial justice.
Right.
Because white people kind of have been smoking freely for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And
Not kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
So, doing something about cannabis justice in this moment sort of helps everybody. But the thing is, nobody's focusing on the women because there are so many more male prisoners. But the truth is, when a woman goes to prison, the kids, a whole family breaks apart. And we're the only company that I know of focusing on the women. And, it's harder for the women to rebuild their lives. Somehow, like, men with a record, like, might get a pass. Like, people get freaked out about a woman. Like, Stephanie was a real estate broker. Like, how's she going to get a job again, She wasn't even in cannabis. It's just crazy.
Wow.
So this money, is going to really give them a real start. It's going to end up being some real money because we're going to sell it in 3 states.
Wow.
And that'll be really great. So yeah, this is really our passion, and sort of as a female brand, it's really important that everything that we do benefits women and also acknowledges the women of this industry that came before us, because all those women in the legacy market who made a name for themselves because they got arrested helped legalization and sort of made it possible for us to be here today. And it's really not fair that we got Wall Street money. We got investors. We told our story about our previous businesses. We had our business plan and we actually got money. And we're so lucky. So we want to rise together. And so we've tied our success to them.
Wow. Allison, you give a shout out to your partner again.
Laura Eisman.
Give a shout Allison, Laura Eisner. You all.
Yeah.
Eisman.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to mess up her last name. You all are. You're changing the game. You're changing the game in so many different ways. You're not only trying to provide women with a flower and with products that can help them in a plethora of different ways that are healthy for them, but you're also changing the stigma on marijuana, the stigma of women in business, the stigma with women who are incarcerated with cannabis. Like a lot of companies, they're out to make money. And I've had people on my show who are not like that. They're here to actually, help people. I've had several people on my show like that, and well, not several. It's only been a handful actually. And you are one of that. You're that small group.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, thank you, Allison, because wow. What made you all? No, you already explained that. This is just amazing. I'm taken back because I didn't know that it came with all this. I thought you all were some trendy, like little chic, company in New York, making great products with cannabis. And I wasn't sure what the whole product line was. Product line is amazing, but then you're also giving back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we really feel it's the right thing to do. And there's a lot of resentment towards new cannabis from old cannabis. And even though I'm part of new cannabis, I'm with them. Like, I feel that, because the truth is, like, I'm almost 50. So like when people first meet us and they're like, we're like OG, whatever. The truth is, like, I was like writing letters for the cannabis party while they were making cupcakes in their easy bake oven. Like, I'm as OG as they are, but I lived in a prohibition state, so I couldn't be outward about it, but like, I've been working hard on it too. And so we are trying to bridge that disconnect between old cannabis and new cannabis and really show our respect to old cannabis. And really the best way to do that is to help get people out of prison.
Yes. that is a beyond awesome thing that you're doing, because it's needed societally. You know, we need that in our
Totally.
society.
Like at
We
the
need that.
very
We
first
need
thing
that
we
here.
have to do is get these people out of jail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many people that are locked up for just, you know, the most minuscule things. You know, it's just any, you know, if you know, whatever that law enforcement officer felt like that day, you know, that's what, you know, you're gonna. It's kind of like that, and depending on what type of person you are, and sadly, the color of your skin, you know, it kind of depends on that. So it's very sad, but I'm so glad that you all are doing what you're doing. You bring up a good point though when you just say old showing respect. You know, your new cannabis as opposed to old cannabis. Do you mean like you guys are like new money cannabis and old money cannabis? Is that what you mean? Or what do you
Well,
mean by
I
that?
mean, people who operated in the legacy market have a particular attitude about cannabis. They're more paranoid. You know, they
Mm,
come armed. Like, you know, we don't show up at meetings like that. We come from, you know, selling luxury goods to women in a legal space. Our
right.
whole perception and the energy that we bring is so different.
What's the
Um,
legacy market? What's that?
the black market. I don't
Oh,
like to call it the black market, the illegal
the
market,
legacy market.
because really that market made this market possible, you know?
hmm Still does.
Right.
Yeah.
It does. Right.
Yeah. Right.
So, exactly. But
Yeah.
our customer doesn't really shop in the legacy market.
Right.
Our customer is worried about losing their kids or getting in trouble or whatever.
Right.
So, you know, we need to have the product in a dispensary that they see the packaging, they see it, and they're like, oh, wait, that's for me. You know,
Right.
because otherwise you don't know. You
Right.
know, and,
I get
and especially women coming into cannabis don't know. Like we would
it.
follow groups of women in dispensaries, like a group of women in a bridal party who were like, oh, let's buy wedding cake and go out tonight. But they don't know, like, you smoke wedding cake, you're on the couch tonight, you know.
Right. Especially if you ain't used to it.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
for
Right.
real.
So,
Yeah.
but how do you know? Like wedding cake, that sounds how perfect for a bridal party, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
strain for them. I would have thought the same if I didn't know better. And
Exactly.
you know, and to that end, cannabis is so unwelcoming. You
Right.
know, it's like unless
Right.
you know, you really don't know.
True.
So
True.
we're trying to remove that because women get, you know, it's hard to walk into a dispensary and ask a 20-year-old bud tender, you know, what do I need for my anxiety?
Right.
Or what do I need to get off better? Like, it's just not going to happen. You know, it's like the packaging has to tell that story.
Right. So then, and that's another great thing you're doing with your products. You're informing women that don't know. Now you know, giving them the information they need, so that helps them break another barrier. There you go. Oh my God, that's man. Telling you all are hitting them so many different angles. I mean, I can't wait. When you guys are you trading on the stock market yet?
No, we're so
Okay.
small. I mean, our goal, our mission is to be the first national female cannabis brand.
Yeah.
So we started in California, moving to Nevada. We have a couple deals on the table. We want to be in every state. The next time we talk, I'm going to be in 10 states.
Yes,
We,
ma'am.
yeah,
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
doing this
Yes,
because
ma'am.
women need to know. Both of us have experience in marketing to women. Both of us had
Right.
our own companies marketing to
Right.
women. And our message this time is so important and it's so timely for right now. Like
Right.
all women need to come together, all women,
Right.
and make the world better for women because that makes the world better for men too, and children and everybody. You know, it's like we need a shift of energy, all this racial stuff and all this stuff. Like, it's like all these angry men. Like, I think it's time for women to get together and calm it down.
We need y'all.
Yeah,
We really do. We do.
I
Because
think
I
so.
mean, women, you all are I mean, you're the mothers of the earth. You know, if we don't have you, we don't have life. So we need you all in every aspect of what we do.
Yeah,
So,
and
yes.
also it's like it's a fact that we know that when women have money, they spend it on family, food, and children. When men have money, they spend it on outside and themselves. They tend to. So,
Dumb men, yes.
yeah. But, you know, statistically, putting money in women's hands is better for children and family. And so, if we can, as a company, support other female entrepreneurs, support women in the industry, support women through our product, make women feel better every day, we are all better. I know that alcohol doesn't make you feel better. It numbs the moment. But cannabis I know, even when I'm not high, things I thought of when I was high sometimes are that moment of clarity that I actually get what my kid was saying, or I have a different way of looking at this problem at work because the cannabis opened my mind. You'll never get that from alcohol. So, yeah, so spreading that to women is sort of, it's just so important. And I hope that other companies, as a consumer, then I want more product other than my own, and I certainly consume plenty of other people's products, but I want more choices, and I want it out there for more women.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to say, please let me jump on your spaceship as you guys are flying in outer space. Please, I want to get some stocks in your company now, because you guys are about to blow the hell up. Straight up, that's the truth. But my other question is, how do you guys, do you get the raw materials yourself? Do you all make it yourself, or do you outsource that? How do you do it yourself? Okay.
We designed all of our formulas ourselves, and we have one company in California that makes all of our vape formulas, and then we'll send them to different states to add THC so that we have a uniform product. But flower, yeah, I buy it. I am friends with the growers. Like, we only work with nice people. So nice. I want to know where, you know, I really, really believe that the sort of paranoia and angst of the farmer in old cannabis put the paranoia into the plant. It's a living being. It's a highly energetic being. And
say that again. Wait. Say what you just said one more time.
So the plant is energy, right? Happy plant. You know how they say talk to your plants, right? They grow better when you talk to your plants.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. I said, say what you said. You said you think the farmer put the paranoia.
If you're paranoid because you're doing something illegal.
Yeah.
You know, in old cannabis.
Yeah.
That's the energy you're putting in your plant.
Right.
So I think that to that end, and we take it so much further, working with nice people who care about their plants, who put good energy into their plants for the love of the plant, are what we want our customers to smoke. Well, you'll get the best high, the most soulful high, because the plant is energetic. So yeah, I talk to the growers. I know exactly what's in every single pre-roll that we make. We look at every strain, because we don't want strains that will give you couch lock and make you eat all night and pass out. Like, that's not a very female desirable experience, unless you're specifically going for that. And actually we are coming out with an indica that's pretty powerful like that, but we're making sure people know you are going into that super dreamy state. But usually most women like to have a body high with clear head, so you can talk to your kids, or, you know, it's like women report worried about, like, don't want to act high, you know, like want to be able to control that. So we look for strains that are hybrids and more sort of clear-headed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That is, so you all, like, the every aspect, every detail, you all are on top of it.
Yeah. We want to make sure we are managing the experience from top to bottom, and that our customer is getting a really good product, because we could have only one chance with somebody who is just coming into cannabis again for the first time since college. and we don't want to mess it up. Like, we want them to be like, where has this been all my life? Oh my God. Like, we want that. We want them moving on, dabbing and whatever. We don't want to scare them off here.
Right. Oh,
so
awesome.
In order to make sure, we want to engineer every second and make it pleasurable.
It sounds like it. Oh man, I am so Allison, I didn't know you. I didn't know your partner until today. But and I can't wait to have her on. When can Laura, right?
Yeah.
When can Laura be on?
I don't know. I'll grab her and we'll make a plan.
Have her come on. I'm so proud of you women and just so happy with what you have accomplished. I mean, Allison, this is amazing. You know, from every from the products to the design to the sexiness of it to the empowerment of it to the the philanthropy you're trying to do. I mean, you're trying to help women get out of prison and help women that just recently gotten out of prison. It's just you're so many different angles. You know, I mean, you're making. It seems like you're on the cusp. You have like you're about to create, new cannabis, like new strains, right? New strains, new flowers, like.
I mean, no, there's enough there are enough great strains to, that's a hard thing to do because it's like the same seeds grown in California and grown in New York will yield a different flower because it's different water, different soil, different everything. It's so hard to do that. We just kind of pick the best in every state or, the best available from growers that we like, from growers who are growing it because they love it, not just churning it out, Right.
Man, I'm so proud of you all. I've never been proud of people that I didn't know. I promise you, this is not I'm not trying to talk stuff, but when I have these humans that come on my show, I get happy. It makes me feel happy about humanity because you all are so great. Every individual has their own thing that they're actually thinking and doing and making it manifest. And just, thank you for bringing this out.
Oh, thank you. Well, so your question about if we made a product for men, like we are addressing women from top to bottom, from every angle, from women where, from our product to our mission, we don't really have room to address men in a thoughtful way because we're so focused on elevating women in every way.
Right, right. That's fine. And I appreciate your answer. I really do because it was thorough. And your focus needs to be on women because the focus needs to be on women with your company because sometimes often women aren't the focus. Women still don't get paid equal wage for the same work as their male counterpart. That's bullshit. I was raised by two women. I was raised by my mother and my grandmother. And I've heard the horror stories my mother told me she had to deal with, while she did all types of jobs like that. She worked in, a wastewater plant. She did construction. She was in strong male fields and the stuff she had to go through. So it's just, I get it, so you all are amazing. And I'm just, thank you again. Before we get out of here, I can't thank you enough because I'm just shocked, Allison. I didn't know Her Highness was coming with all this. I did not expect all this. I did not expect it. Before we get out of here, do you want to show your latest one? I mean, that latest product that you have. I saw.
Which one?
The one I think it's with the big lips. It's lit or something. What was that one? It's lit for me. Oh.
Was it this box? Lit for a queen?
Yeah, lit for a queen. I don't think you showed that one yet.
Box.
Yeah, go ahead. What is that?
This is our gift box, and it just holds all of our fun things. Actually, I love our grinder. Our grinder is so pretty. It's super heavy. Ooh. It has a magnetic top, so you don't pick it over. Like if you're one of those people that grinds everything up and then gets up and kicks their grinder over, which is me. We needed the magnet.
Oh, that
That's
is
that. And there's
beautiful.
a keef catcher on the bottom. Yeah, really pretty grinder.
Okay.
And you've seen our
Look at
vape.
that gift box.
This is our lighter that comes with our pre-rolls. Oh yeah, gas. I forgot. I have to refill it.
Okay, that's cool.
I'll leave it.
What else is in there? What else is in there?
Oh well, there's a CBD vape in there. We have a face oil, a CBD face oil, which is what I use. It's just CBD. Comes like this. Comes in a box like this. It's just CBD with hyaluronic acid. Because I used to buy these CBD serums. Once I noticed what an unbelievable difference it made in my skin, I couldn't believe it. Like I had never, when I was married, I used to get really expensive facials and stuff. I never noticed a difference in my skin until I started using just CBD on my skin. But I would mix it with sunscreen and hyaluronic acid and sort of make my own cocktail, which most women probably won't do. So I did the best of my own personal cocktail in this. You know, we both love hyaluronic acid. It's so good for anti-wrinkle, and it's, you know, it's so good to plump up your skin. So Laura and I both love face oils. So we did the best of what we love the most and put it in this face oil.
Well, I tell you one thing, you're going to make me find the male counterparts of that, because I'm going to find it and I'm going to start using it.
Okay. Well, you can use ours. It's a good. You can still use it.
I can use that too.
This
works. Yeah, I guess we're all human. We all have the same skin, men and women.
Exactly. You can use it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I may need that. Allison, I think we're going to wrap it up here. You know, this was great.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun.
Thank you. I'm so glad you had fun. We try to have fun here on High Off the Glass. Thank you for just everything. Everything.
Thank you.
And you've broken down so many barriers, and your company is going to continue to do more of that. And I'm just proud of you all. I'm just proud of you guys.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. I cannot wait to watch your rise. It is going to be fast. It's going to be prevalent. I just want to latch on board any way, shape, or form I can help you all. I would love to do it. I want some stocks with you guys. And yeah, I'm just probably I can't wait to buy the product that will help the young women that are in jail, in jail for cannabis, for that horrible bullshit crime, and ones that have recently gotten out. I can't wait to buy something for my lady, because she's going to want a lot of that stuff. So, Allison, thank you.
Thank you for letting me tell my story and talk about Her Highness. I really appreciate it. You're so kind. Thank you.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for taking the time. Hey, everybody, this has been High Off the Glass. I'm Ola Great. This is Miss Allison from Her Highness. Hey, everybody, keep smoking, keep hooping. We out.